A wife that is not loved looks for understanding outside the marriage. Welcome to section 11 of chapter 5 of the Holy Quran. Chapter 5 being Surah Al-Ma'idah, table spread. Let's go. Lu'ina allazina kafaru min bani Isra'ila ala lisan Dawud ala lisan Dawuda wa Isa ibn Maryam. Something worth taking note of. Curses are pronounced on those among the children of Israel who rejected faith. Lu'ina, cursed are, who rejected faith. الذين كفروا من أهل الكتاب. By the tongue of David, Dawood, and of Jesus, Isa, ibn Maryam, the son of Mary. So let me take all in English for you, for us to have a better understanding. Curses are pronounced on those among the children of Israel who rejected faith by the tongue of David and of Jesus, the son of Mary. So in other words, a portion of the Israelis have been cursed. Apart from God, we are now told even David cursed that portion or that party, and also Jesus Christ also cursed that portion. Let's take note of this sign. Ibn Maryam. ذلك بما أسوا وكانوا يعتدون. ذلك بما أسوا وكانوا يعتدون. Because they disobeyed Asu and persisted in excesses. Ya'tadun. We have two notes there, 786 and 787. 786 is on David and Esau, on the two of them. So let's listen to that well, to these notes well. 786 against David. The Psalms of David have several passages of imprecations. I don't know if it's spelled Imprecation. So I call what I see. I don't know if there's any word like imprecations, but that's what is there in the book. Of David, several passages of imprecations against the wicked, I think so, against the wicked. Compare Psalms CIX maybe 90 or so. Okay, let me stick to the Roman numeral. Compare Psalms CIX 17 to 18. Then LXXVII, which I construed to be 73. Pardon me if I'm not. So let's stick to the Roman numeral. LXXVII, verses 21 to 22. Then we have in brackets, and within the brackets we have double inverted commas. Therefore the Lord heard this. Therefore the Lord heard this and was wroth. So a fire was kindled against Jacob, and anger also came up against Israel, because they believed not in God and trusted not in his salvation. Inverted commas close, brackets close as well. Semicolon. Psalms LXIX. Maybe 69. I think so, maybe 69. But anyway, let's stick to LXIX, verses 22 to 28. And Psalms V10. V10 is either 510 or 710, maybe 510. So let's stick to the Roman numeral again. And Psalms V10. Now we go to 87, which is against son of Mary, Jesus, son of Mary, Isa ibn Maryam. Compare Matthew 23, verse 33. Then into brackets, and within the brackets, double inverted commas. Uh, Ye serpents, comma, ye generation of vipers, how can ye escape the damnation of hell? Referring to who? Referring to the Israelis or a portion of them. Hmm? How can ye escape the damnation of hell? Semicolon. Brackets close, then semicolon. Also Matthew 7, no, also Matthew 12:34. Also Matthew 12:34. So viewers, if you have a Bible at home, please go to these references or quotations if you like. Okay, so we now go to sign 79. Kanu kanu la ai kanu la ye kanu ya latina ha hauna an munkari. Let's go to the Hebrew side. Nor did they forbid one another. Kanu la la yatanna ha una. Sorry. Nor do they forbid one another the iniquities which they committed. Kanu la yatanna hauna an munkari. La yatanna hauna and munkari. Pardon me, sometimes I find it difficult to read, so viewers bear with me. It happens. Al munkari, fa'aluhu. Nor did they forbid one another the iniquities which they committed. Fa'aluhu, which they committed. Labisa ma kanu yaf'alu. Evil indeed were the deeds which they did. Evil indeed were the deeds which they did. Labisa evil, makanu they did. Evil that they did, makanu yaf alun. The evils that they did, yaf alun. Let me go back. Kanu layatana kalu la yata hauna. Kanu yatana hauna. I think this is better. Let's go back to the sentence, to the previous one. Kanu layatana hauna. And munkar kanu ya la ya kanu la yatana hauna. They nor did they forbid one another. La yatana hauna. That's how I should have read it. La yatana hauna and munkari. Fa'aluha, the iniquities which they committed. Al munkari. There is a note to read. So, pardon me, viewers. My knees are down for you. I'm not perfect. Okay, 788. Forbid one another. Yatana hauna. I see. Nor did they forbid one another. Yes. Kanu la yatana hauna. And mukari. Nor did they forbid one another the iniquities which they committed. Evil indeed were the deeds which they did. 788 is the note to read. Forbidding one another. Yatana hauna. I now get it. La yatanahawna. They forbid each other. 788. There are bad men in every community, comma, but if leaders connive at the misdeeds of the commonality, is it commonality? Here it is commonality of the commonality. There is no I. Of the commonality. I don't know if it's a mistake or not. I don't know. But if leaders connive at the misdeeds of the commonality, comma, dash, and even worse, if leaders themselves share in the misdeeds, as happened with the Pharisees and scribes against whom Jesus spoke out, then that community is doomed. That's note 788 to sign 79. Let's go to sign 80. ترى كثيرا منهم يتولون الذين كفروا. Thou seest many of them turning in friendship to the unbelievers, turning in friendship يتولون الذين كفروا. لبئس ما قدمت لهم أنفسهم. Evil indeed are the works is in brackets. Evil indeed are the works which their souls have sent forward. Ma kadamat lahum anfusuhum. Sent forward. Kadamat lahum anfusuhum. Is it anfusuhum? An suhita Allahu alayhim. An suhita Allahu alayhim. وفي العذاب وفي العذاب هم خالدين وفي العذاب هم خالدون أن سخط الله عليهم وفي العذاب هم خالدون. Their souls have sent forward before them with the result that God's wrath is on them. And suhita, God's wrath is on them. And suhita Allah alayhim wa fi azab hum halidin. That God's wrath is on them, and in torment will they abide. And in torment will they abide. Wa fil azab hum haliduna. No, there is no note to that. So let's go straight to 81. Sign 81. ولو كانوا يؤمنون بالله والنبي وما أنزل إليه ما أتخذوهم أولياء أولياء. If only they had believed in God. ولو كانوا يؤمنون بالله, in the prophet, ونبي, in the prophet ونبي, and the prophet, وما أنزل إليه, and in what had been revealed to him, that's the prophet, إليه, ما أتخذوهم أولياء, revealed to him. Never would they have taken them for friends and protectors. That's the unbelievers. Never would they have taken them. Would they have taken the unbelievers for friends and protectors? أولياء. ولكن كثيرا منهم فاسقون. ولكن كثيرا منهم فاسقون. But most of them, but most of them are rebellious wrongdoers. كثيرا منهم, most of them, فاسقون, are rebellious wrongdoers. Mm. Uh, okay, no note to it. So we go straight to 82. Another uh, sign worth taking note of. I think I read it earlier. Now we've gotten to read. Yes, I did read it earlier. Mhm. ولا تجدن ولا تجدن أشر الناس عداوة للذين آمنوا اليهود والذين أشركوا. Strongest among men in enmity to the believers will thou find the Jews and the pagans, al-Yahuda walazina ishraku, walazina ashraku, and pagans. ولتجدن ولتجدن أقربهم مودة للذين آمنوا الذين قالوا. Okay, let's wait, stop there. And nearest among them in love, Mawadatin, nearest among them in love to the believers, Lazina Amanu, will thou find those who say, Alazina Kalu, Alazina Kalu, of those who say, Alazina Kalu, Inna Nasara, those who say, we are Christians. So those who are nearest to the believers, the Quran, are those who say, Inna Nasara, we are Christians. ذلك بأن منهم كسيسين. Because among them are men devoted to learning. Kisisina, learning what? Learning the scriptures. It's only the scriptures we had in those days. Mm. Because everything is embodied in the scriptures. Science, art, theology, zoology, whatnot are embedded in the scriptures. Zalka bi annahum kisisina, among those devoted to learning. Waruhobanan, and men who have renounced the world. I normally say denounce. Oh, old man. And those who have renounced the world. Waruhobanan. وأنهم لا يستكبرون وأنهم لا يستكبرون. It's not barun. وأنهم لا يستكبرون, and they are not arrogant. So this is a sign which praises Christians very much, because it tells us among them are those Christians, those who say we are Christians. It says these Christians are those who are devoted to learning, who renounce the world and are not arrogant. It's telling Muslims to emulate this example of good Christians. So how can this Quran turn against Christians? No, where it speaks against Christians, there is a reason. Sorry. Okay. How many notes do we have there? 7, 9, and no, 8, 9, and 9, 0. 8, 9 is against find those who say they are Christians. 8, 9. The meaning is not that they merely call themselves Christians, but that they were such sincere Christians that they appreciated Muslim virtues. And this, again, a word to the Christians, that they appreciated Muslim virtues, as did the Abyssinians, to whom Muslim refugees went during the persecution of Mecca. Good history. So we are told Muslim refugees actually went to Abyssinia, to the Abyssinians, to seek for refuge during the persecution in Mecca. In Mecca, not Mecca, during the persecution in Mecca. Then 790. 790 is against the Kisisina, men devoted to learning, Kisisina. And it is here written in italics. Kisis. Then colon. Colon. I have translated as devoted to learning. Kisis is translated as devoted to learning, comma, and that's in double inverted commas. Following the commentators learning. Following the commentators, mm, it seems to be a foreign word, possibly Abyssinian, rather than Syriac, Siriac, to Abyssinian. So the word Kisisina is rather Abyssinian and not Syrian, appears to. As the reference seems to be to the Abyssinian Christians. May God bless them. Mm. May God bless them. Full stop. Their real devotion to learning and the renunciation of the world by the monastic orders are contrasted with the hypocrisy and arrogance of the Pharisees and scribes. So here we are told the Pharisees and scribes were hypocrites, whereas the Abyssinian Christians were righteous. And that was sign 790, note 790 to sign 82. Let's go to sign 83. What is our Sami'u ma unzila ila rasul tara ayunahum tafidu mina dam mina tafidu mina adam'i. Let's stop there. And when they listen, is our Sami'u, when they listen to the revelation revealed by the messenger, is sami'u ma unzila ila rasulin. Tara, thou will see their eyes overflowing with tears at dam'i. Tara ayunihum, their eyes, tafidu, overflowing with tears, min adami, mimma arafu, min al-haq. Why? Because they have learned the truth. For they recognize the truth. Mimma arafu adami. So when they read Quran was read to him, they actually wept because they saw there was truth in the words in the Quran. Okay. Yakuluna Rabana Amana Iktubna Ma'a Shahidin. So here they are praying. They say not simply they say, but they pray. Rabana Amana Iktubna Ma'a Shahidin. They pray, our Lord, we believe, Amana, write us down among the witnesses to the Quran, being the truth, Al-Haq. So God should write down their names as witnesses. There is no note to that. So let's go to the next sign, which is sign 84. Which is sign 84. I don't know if it has a note. No, it doesn't have a note either. Does it? Sign 84. Okay, let's go on. وما لنا لا نؤمن بالله وما لنا لا نؤمن بالله وما جاءنا من الحق. What cause can we have not to believe in God? لا نؤمن بالله وما جاءنا من الحق, and the truth which has come to us من الحق. ونطعم أن يدخلنا ونطمع an yet hilun an yet hilana wa nut ma'u an yut. It's not yet an yut hilana raban an yut hilana rabana ma'a kaumil salihin. Let me go back and do that in English. What cause can we have not to believe in God and the truth which has come to us, seeing that we long for our Lord to admit us to the company of the righteous, mina swalimin, wa not am an yadhuluna, and that is uh, seeing that we long, not am, seeing that we long for our Lord, an yadhuluna mina swalihin, to admit us in the company of the righteous. Let's go to the next sign. The next sign. I think the two signs left do not have any notes. No, they don't. And the last sign is sign 85. فأ- فأثابهم الله بما كانوا جنات تجري من تحتها الأنهار. فأثابهم الله. God rewarded them. And for this their prayer, for this their prayer, God hath rewarded them with gardens. For atabahum Allahu bima kanu. God rewarded them with gardens. Bima kalu. For this their prayer. Jannat tajri of gardens. Jannat tajri min tataha al anhar. Halidina fiha. Halidina fiha. With rivers flowing underneath their eternal home. Halidina fiha. And what does it say? Add. Zalika jaza'ul muhsinin. Zalika jaza'ul muhsinin. Zalika jaza'u al muhsinin. Such is the recompense jaza'un of those who do good. Al muhsinin. Let's go to the last sign, which is 86, without note either. والذين كفروا وكذبوا بآياتنا أولئك أصحاب الحريم. أولئك جحيم. أولئك أصحاب الجحيم. Let me take it again. والذين كفروا وكذبوا بآياتنا أولئك أصحاب الجحيم. But those who reject faith and belie our signs, kazabu bi ayatna, belie our signs, they shall be companions of hellfire. Ulaika ashabul jahim. They shall be companions of hellfire. Ulaika ashabul jahim. And that's sign 86, the last sign to section 11 of chapter 5 of the Holy Quran. We shall halt here. When we come back in our next video, we shall begin with, God willing, we shall begin with section 12, which takes off with sign 87. So when we come back, we shall go to sign 87 of section 12 of chapter 5 of the Holy Quran. Thank you very much. May God be with you all.